In this video, I'm gonna give a recap about what you should prepare for Ayaka and Yoimiya before and after 2.0 arrive, so hopefully it can give you a better direction and you can start planning right now. Let's start with Ayaka. From now, you can start looking for Sivada Jetstone for character Ascension, because stone is actually the hardest drop for character material compared with Ascension material from Domain, and also Blood Jet branch from Weekly Asdaha for talents upgrade. In 2.0, you must immediately focusing on collecting the Sakura Bloom Perpetual Heart which drop from new ruin enemy I believe, and also handguard that drop from enemies which I believe that looks like samurai across Inazuma. For the talents, you will look for Teaching Guide and Philosophies of Elegance in new Inazuma domain, also handguard and of course a lot of Mora, which require 5 million plus of Mora. For artifact sets, I highly recommend 4-piece Blizzard Strayer because Ayaka's skill is depend on cryo damage, so 4-piece will actually give you boost on cryo damage by 15% and also increase your crit rate every time you hit the opponent that affected by elemental and burst skill. But if you prefer for more burst type DPS, then you should go for 2-piece Blizzard Strayer and 2-piece Noblesse Oblige, which will give you a huge amount damage on your burst. For the main stats, try to look for attack percent or ER on Sense. This is depend on how much ER you can get from substats, because Ayaka burst costs 80 energy, or if you have a cryo battery, then you can just go for attack percent. But for Goblet, you must look for cryo damage bonus and you can choose crit rate or crit damage for headpiece. So, how about the 2 new artifacts? I will say it's a big no. Ayaka will not get any advantage from auto attack boss of Shimenawa. Also, for Emblem of Severed Fate, it requires you to have huge amount of ER before you can get maximum stat of 75% burst damage bonus. For the weapon, obviously the 5-star weapon Mist Splitter is really great. If you have prepared a lot of wish for Ayaka and her weapon, I highly recommend you to go for weapon banner, since now you can guarantee to get it on 3rd time you get 5-star weapon. For new craftable weapon Ame no Makagiuchi, because this is beta data, I can't confirm yet whether the second stat is flat attack or attack percent, but the passive is quite good, because whenever you use your elemental skill, it gives you 1 seed and can be stacked up to 3 seed. And upon using elemental burst, it will consume the seed and each seed will give you 6 energy, so it can max to 18 energy. But the downside is, each stack can only be obtained per 5 seconds, and the stack is last for 30 seconds only. This means Ayaka should stay on field for 30 seconds, and it will not really good passive if you play her as quick swap burst unit. Other alternatives is the Battle Pass weapon the Black Sword and Blackcliff Longsword that give crit rate and crit damage as second stats, respectively. Now let's look for Yoimiya. Generally, if you're looking for Yoimiya, you will have more advantage from now, since the Yoimiya will come on second part of character wish, and also you can start collecting most of her material right now, like Agate Stone and Forbidden Scroll. And when 2.0 arrive, if you skip Ayaka, you can directly focus on collecting the Smoldering Pearl that drop by Pyro Hypostasis, and also the Nakuid, one of the Inazuma flowers, and the Teaching Guide and Philosophies of Transience that will available on Inazuma domain. For Yoimiya Artifacts, I believe the 4-piece of Shimenawa sets can give a huge advantage to Yoimiya, because when Yoimiya use the elemental skill and have more than 15 energy, it will be consumed and give 50% bonus damage on Yoimiya auto attack. That really scale well, because Yoimiya is heavily rely on auto attack after using her elemental burst and skill. The other viable option is 4-piece Crimson Witch. That will be a good set if you're running on good elemental reaction support that can cause a vaporize or overload. Also, you can actually looking for 2-piece Crimson 2-piece Noblesse to increase your burst damage. For main stats, you will looking for attack percent or ER, depend on how much you need ER, but Yoimiya burst use only 60 ER, so if you have Pyro battery, it should save to go for attack percent. For Goblet, just go for Pyro damage bonus, and headpiece, you can go for crit rate or crit damage. New artifact Emblem of Severed Fate will not work well with Yoimiya, since you will focusing on stacking her crit rate, crit damage, and pyro damage, so you may want to have only enough ER instead of huge amount of ER. For weapon, the new 5-star bow is really made for Yoimiya. It gives you 608 attack and 66.2 crit damage at max level. It also have a strong passive where it will increase attack percent by 20, and each time you hit enemies with normal attack or elemental skill, it actually will give you thundering stat that stack up to 3 and will give you additional 40% normal attack damage. But if you don't have enough wish for that, you can wait for 2.0 arrive to see the stats on the new craftable bow, Yoimiya. Right now, there is still so little information regarding this new bow, so for now the most good option is 4-star bow, Ras. That's all for this video. Thanks for watching. If you like it, please comment, like, share and subscribe.